folks. GoPro is a common sight in the modern filmmaker's toolkit, and there's good reasons for it. It's small and compact, and it can be theoretically very powerful, particularly with the slow motion, 4K footage, and the new stabilization mechanism. Personally, we use the GoPro Hero 7 Black. Not exactly happy with it, but we have it and we use it when we can. Thing is, for us, it's too unreliable. Too often do we have card error or storage error or whatever it happens, or it's overheating so it doesn't work at all. It's just, overall, it's a mess of a company, of a product. But its stabilization feature is a big selling point of GoPros. Now, we know this isn't the latest one, but it's the one we have, and it's the one we recently used on our trip to Valossen Bike Park in Sweden. Whenever I film a video and there is something that I would want the GoPro to film, potentially, I'd never rely on GoPro. You can't rely on GoPro to get the shot. Using GoPro for me in my videos is a bonus. It's an extra shot. It's that extra piece of, I don't know, underwater footage, whatever it is. But I never rely on it solely. But on a recent trip to the Valossen Bike Park, I couldn't use my big Z6 camera because it's just impossible to go downhill on a mountain bike while holding a big rig in your hands, or God knows how, without any type of professional equipment mounting it on your body or something like that. And even then, if you crash, your camera's shit. It's broken, it's gone, you've just lost thousands of pounds, dollars, or euros, whatever it is that you use. So I wanted to try out the stabilization feature. We bought this a couple of years ago, and we've used it a couple of times, and my wife primarily uses it, but never had the chance to properly put the stabilization feature through its paces. And I thought going downhill on a mountain bike would be a good test for that. Now, it has a lot of settings that you need to be aware of, and you can film up to 4K 60 with the Hypersmooth stabilization feature turned on. 4K 60 is something that a lot of mirrorless cameras today can't do. They're starting to, but you know what I mean. So I wanted to try it out. To my surprise, it was fantastic. It worked perfectly. The camera didn't have any hiccups. It didn't stop recording once. I didn't have one recording error. And, well, judge for yourself. But this is the stabilization going downhill on an extremely bumpy bike track. Here's the only issue. If you want to do it in slow motion, you lose a big part of the stabilization feature, and it'll still not be all shaky and stuff, but it won't be as hyper smooth as if you were to film it in 60p. But the GoPro goes up to 240 frames a second, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, if you want to film in 240 frames a second, you have to lower your resolution to 1080, which is fine. 240 frames a second at 1080 is still great footage that you can use. However, there is one issue with this Hypersmooth stabilization, and I don't know what could fix it, or how you would technically make this possible. But when viewing the footage, my wife pointed out that it's too surreal. Woo! And going down that bike hill at 30 kilometers an hour was adrenaline spiking. It was awesome and it was fun, but when you watch it on the footage, because of the Hypersmooth stabilization, it makes it look tame, maybe even a little bit boring. So a little bit of shake might have been good in order to convey a bit more sense of realism, but other than that, with that particular feature on that particular day, I was actually very, very satisfied. That being said, I still would not recommend anyone use this for shots that you absolutely need to get. Only view it as a bonus footage that you can get, but that you don't have to get. There's too many software hiccups with this product, particularly as well. It's impossible to connect to your phone. It's a big selling point, again, that you can view your footage on your phone, you can transfer it, you can edit it, all that sort of shit. It's not possible. It never worked for us, and I'm assuming it never will. And I'm also assuming we are not the only ones. So to the CEO of GoPro, who asked Casey Neistat, I don't understand why people are still using DSLRs and not just this for their filmmaking. You can suck it. See ya. A little bit of maple syrup in your coffee. Try it.